I'm Leigh Brown, and this is Crazy Shit in Real Estate. Today, we have a repeat guest, which means it's one of my favorites. We've got Burton Kelso today. He is not just an IT and technology super nerd. He's got really good actionable information for you, whether you're in real estate or any other small business, because we're going to talk about the thing I despise, but I have to learn about, I guess, and that's AI. So enjoy this conversation, and I can't wait to see you on the other side. Well, hello, my friend.
Hello, how are you doing, Leigh?
I can't hear you yet. Is your sound on yet?
It's
a minute.
Hold on.
Hang on a minute. My thing has been auto-lowering volume on the speakers lately. I don't know what Zoom did. Microphone, speaker, settings. Yeah, I don't know what Zoom's doing. It lowers my output volume to mute. There you are.
Can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, of course I can hear you.
Okay, so check this out. My grand chickens.
Yeah.
The baby rooster crowed for the first time this week.
Uh-huh.
Listen to this. Wait a minute. He sounds like a screen door. He's my screen door rooster.
That's funny. We just got a rooster and a chicken, I want to say Sunday, so.
Wow. Were they rescues or you just needed some spares?
There were rescues. The place where my son stayed at, they had too many, so they wanted to get rid of a rooster and a hen, so we just took them. So.
How many roosters do you have now?
I think we only have a couple of roosters now, but the rest of them are chickens. I think total we're not like you. We've got maybe 12, 13 total. So yeah.
So that's too many. Even one rooster for that many. They're like 8 to 10. So you're causing a conflict. We're about to put down 2 roosters because there's too much conflict over those hens.
Oh, really? Well, we haven't heard anything so far. So, we've had that incident before. So we got to put them down.
I mean, you put them down, but into the pot. So it's kind of a win-win.
So you must have the whole defeathering process where you throw them in the machine and it flops them around.
Oh, no, I have a friend who does. So
okay.
I process them. It's old school. We hang it from the tree so the blood drips down. Because if you the head, let them run, the meat will bruise. And then you dunk them in a pot of hot salt water just to get the feathers off quickly. But the smell is atrocious.
Right.
This guy that I became friends with at the farmer's market, he'll process them for $5 each.
Oh, that's not bad.
Right. So I'm like, I can make a really stinky mess in my yard and a bloody headless chicken hanging from a tree, or I can pay somebody to do it. So
right.
The better plan.
Right. I think my brother-in-law likes doing that because the chickens are at his place. But yeah, we'll cut them off, hang them up and cut them off and let them dribble out. And then they've got the little thing where you throw the chicken in and then it takes all the feathers off and it's got hot water run into it. So yeah, we pretty much do that ourselves.
That's very advanced. I'm not quite there yet, but I guess if the apocalypse hits, I'm okay because I know how to do it the hard way.
Right.
But if I make a friend who's got a machine like yours, who knows?
Yeah, you've got the chicken coop from from the Jetsons. It's all futuristic and stuff like that. Highfalutin.
But we didn't have any choice during the lumber shortage of 2021. We had to use PVC.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the old days of the lumber shortage, now it's just even more expensive, but you can get it.
Right, exactly. Life treating you good?
Oh, I got no complaints. What's the point of complaining?
It's true. And you're coming to Kansas City, so you'll have to come have some barbecue next year when you show up.
It's not barbecue. Let's just address that right now. What you think is an entree.
Here we go.
Have barbecue. We are vinegar based. Y'all use all sugar, and that's not good for you, Burton. Too much sugar is addictive.
I know, right? That is funny. Yeah, so I'm not sure yet.
Dates is in Kansas City, and the son's running everything now, right?
Right. Yeah, I am not sure. I'm like 95% sure I'll be speaking with you at that event. Because I went to KCRAR had a day at the baseball stadium and I helped them out of a huge bind. They had a DJ and the DJ was had this huge setup and he was running off a generator. Well, his setup wouldn't run with the generator. So I'm like, dude, plug it into your truck and just let the truck run. And he's like, yeah, I don't have an outlet. So I brought my Cherokee around plugged in the speakers, and then let it run for 2 hours while I provided entertainment. Because that guy's sweating because he doesn't play music. He ain't getting paid.
And we never tested out his setup because we should all test out our setup.
You know that don't happen, Leigh.
Well, that's it. Yeah, I wanted to come to that event. Crystal was begging me to come, but I could not get my schedule lined up because of all the summertime stuff. But next time, I'm coming to that game next time, and I'm playing in it. The celebrity.
All right. You'll knock them out of the park.
I used to. I have to dust off my cleats, and I don't know if I could still swing a bat. I could run, but I don't know about everything else.
Right.
So what are we talking about today? Because obviously you've been on the show before. And by the way, friends, you can click the link right here if you want to hear Burton's other episode from 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
It's a year ago.
Just a year?
A year before that.
Yeah. It's more than a year ago.
No, it was last year.
It's older than that.
Oh, listen to you. Okay.
Am I going to have to look and confirm because I think you've lost track of time.
Oh my gosh.
Burton Kelso, Leigh Brown, crazy shit. Let's see. You were episode 251.
Look at that. I'm impressed with that organization.
Let's see. Because I'm gonna prove something here. I have to be right.
Right.
Look, you look the same shirts. So
yeah, I know, right?
Let's see. Well, where's the dates on my post? Oh, I'm just gonna point this out. May 6th, 2021.
Okay, whatever.
That was 2 years ago. That's like 2 years and change.
Right. I got you.
So to every listener and viewer of the podcast, now is when you should go into the comments and be like, we believed Leigh Brown all along, and that would be to your benefit. Or you can back Burton up if you want to because he's helpful and stuff, whatever.
Right. Leigh, we're talking about AI and ChatGPT today and how it affects real estate agents.
Well, that's good because I can't stand it. I find it to be totally creepy, and I'm ready for you to dispel my frustrations with it. So let me ask you, first of all, where have you been doing research on AI and ChatGPT? Because as we know in real estate, agents love to be first adopters, and they adopt things before they have the foggiest idea what it is, how to use it, how to be smart about it. So let's start off by giving them some resources to go get up to speed before they start utilizing things. And then we'll talk about the products a little bit.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. The challenge is that there isn't like an authority on AI and ChatGPT. It's like the Wild West, Leigh. There's really nowhere that you can go to get a definitive response as far as all of the tools out there because there are so many AI products out there. We had a customer. Here's your crazy shit story today. So I had a customer. I've got two. So one is a customer like, hey, Burton, we installed this plugin for Zoom that's supposed to take notes. And I'm like, that's great. And they're like, well, it jacks up the audio. Do you know how to uninstall it? I'm like, what is it? And they told me the product. I had no clue. And I'm like, why are you jumping in using something that you don't even know about? You just automatically assume it's going to work. So the only solution I had was to completely wipe out Zoom and then just reinstall Zoom again. I mean, that was it. There was nothing to do. It was like a parasite that had leached on to their Zoom program that was supposed to work, but it was causing issues.
You mean it's like clicking on an unauthorized link or an unknown PDF that comes into your email?
Pretty much. If it says, hey, I work with ChatGPT.
Don't install it if you don't know what it is. Don't open it if you don't know what it is.
Right. Yeah, it's like, oh, I work with ChatGPT. And people are like, yes, sign me up. I want it. Give it to me.
Like slow roll. So if somebody does find an AI product, what's a good way to verify if it's reputable? Are there any review sites out there? What are the top ones for real estate?
You're going to laugh. So if it's an app, you better read the reviews or you better get in contact with customer service for that company because there's a lot of fleeceware out there, Leigh, where people...
Wait, fleeceware? What is fleeceware?
You know what getting fleeced is, right?
I mean, I have a fleece right here because my legs are cold. Is it a different kind of fleece?
Oh, where someone like tricks you out of your money fleecing, like the old school word for fleecing. So now they have
golden fleece. So we're going to go all the way back?
No, not that far. But we're talking about programs that are designed to look legitimate, but in all actuality, they're taking money for you or from you. So you need to do your research. And true story, I went on site, which is a rare occasion, to one of our customers, and the lady had an app up and said, I already know what the problem is. I already know what it is. I'm like, what is it? And she told me, and I'm like, wrong. That's not even the computer issue that's going on. And I'm like, what did you use? And she's like, oh, yeah, there's this $300 a year app I downloaded for Chat GPT. Turned out it was a bogus app. It worked like chat, but it was $300 a year. And Chat GPT and all the other forms of AI are free. Some are a minimum cost, but not that much. Isn't that crazy?
I mean, I thought all apps were like 99 cents, $2.99. The big expensive ones are $9.99. 300 should have been an alarm bell right there.
Now she's trying to show off, saying, hey, I got it. I know my stuff. I'm like, lady, please pump the brakes. Take that off.
I think you should do more on-site visits because you'll have more stories like this.
I get them from my technicians. I mean, it's just crazy, crazy. Another one I've got for you, because we have to talk about this when we talk about AI. It's not your content realtors. True story. I was given a speech on AI and Chat GPT, and there was a lady in the audience that said, hey, I was at a real estate happy hour, and there was an agent walking around with Chat GPT saying, hey, look, if I want a blog post, I put it in, and it puts out content, and I can just use it. Same thing with the social media post. The sky's the limit. He's like, you can use it for anything. And I'm like, no, that ain't true unless you're just wanting a lawsuit to knock on your door. And I had to tell her, you got to understand that the content from Chat GPT and AI there's a good chance it's copywritten material, and you've got to check your sources and make sure that you use it as a building block, not as your own virtual assistant that you're just stealing content from. Because truth be told, large corporations have robots scouring the internet to look for copyright material. And if they find it on your site, you got it. They're going to send a cease to desist. You don't stop, you're going to be putting out some money, like you said.
I mean, this is what the young people do, Burton. We're very cool now because we did the burr or whatever they say. So right. The point of what you're saying is just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Oh, absolutely not. And
we had an issue in North Carolina where an agent wrote the agent remarks for a listing using
Chat GPT.
And it had some fair housing violations in it. The agent posted it. And then when asked about this, said, well, Chat GPT wrote it. And we had to say, you are still responsible for the information. And so I think it becomes a matter of, if you're going to use it, you got to think about it as a framework or a starting point, and then go through and make sure you're not violating any state laws or federal laws or fair housing violations, and that it's accurate and that it sounds like you, because you're right. The plagiarism, that's already a problem because people don't like to give attribution. And actually, I blame The Office for that. Remember the episode where Michael had on the whiteboard, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, and then it said Michael Scott, and then in tiny writing it said Wayne Gretzky. Like that's how realtors, I think, like to do attribution. So if you're going to use it, if you're not willing to say Chat GPT wrote this, then you shouldn't post it.
Right. And truth be told, we're all lazy. I mean, you're not you. You're just you're just.
I want to be lazy, but I'm too aggressive to let the laziness take over. So I still feel it sometimes too, Burton. I'm human.
Yeah, but I know. But most realtors, that laziness just grabs them and shakes them and says, hey, go lay down or find an easier way to do it. And then it sometimes bites them in the butt. Now, I wanted to share too with ChatGPT and AI, it ain't just all ChatGPT. There's ChatGPT, which is from OpenAI, which came out November last year. There's Bard, because Google jumped in the game, and for some reason they named theirs Bard. I have no idea.
B-A-R-D, like Shakespeare was the
Bard. Yeah, where you got the guy playing the ukulele or the little guitar. Yeah, Bard. And then finally, Microsoft is funding OpenAI. So Microsoft's like, well, if we're going to fund you, we want our own piece of ChatGPT. And so there are 3 different products out there, and they all act different. Now, ChatGPT, as you should know, is dated as far as the information it has. 2021. Now, Bard is up to date because its database of information is coming from Google. And then
Oh,
Bing is like the slow learning kid in the in the classroom where it works, but it's slow and it's probably the least accurate out of all of them. Microsoft's Bing Chat. So you
it's
have to be careful what you embrace.
well, it's still out there, but you don't really know why.
Right. That's a good one. Yeah. Microsoft's Bing Chat is like AOL, you know?
So if you were going to use one, you don't use Chat GPT, even though it's the most popular?
Well, and that's it. I mean, you have to look at the information that you want to glean. If you're looking for just basic information that really doesn't have a expiration date, then you would use Chat GPT, and it's faster. And they make an app for both Android and iPhone, so it's the more robust, convenient AI tool to use. But Bard by Google has the most up to date database because it's yanking its information straight from Google. It's a little slower, but if you, let's just say that you're looking for market prices or market information in a specific area, it's going to tell you like up to date the data that is going to be pulled down. Because was talking to a bunch of appraisals and we were talking about market value, and we put it in Bard, and Bard's like, hey, as of August 2023, here's what the information is that you're looking for. Whereas chat is going to be like, hey, I can't tell you. The most recent data I can pull is September of 2021.
So, okay, then let me ask you one of my conspiracy theorist reasons I don't like AI and Chat GPT. And I like that
Okay.
you almost spit out your drink there when I asked you that, because you all know what's coming next. So I saw we're friends. Um, One thing that concerns me is that if I put something into Chat GPT and I ask it a very specific question and I'm going to be very detailed so I can get the best response possible, am I not feeding the monster that's eventually going to be like Frankenstein's monster and come back home? Because doesn't it learn by what I'm putting into that?
Yeah, it learns by what you're putting in, but at the same time, the people who create all these forms of text AI are putting in parameters so that you're not putting in 8 speed, you're just putting in inaccurate material. So if you put in some information and it pulled it back, then someone is analyzing it going, is that really true? You know what I mean? And then they'll correct it.
The 23-year-olds that haven't lived as long as I've lived and don't know what I know, Burton, like this is where I get concerned, right? Because I don't want to be guardrailed by somebody who does not know this market and doesn't know
Right.
things that I'm interested in. Because like I put in, give me the best restaurants. I was in Chat GPT. And like you said, it said as of September 2021, I was like, the restaurants you just gave me, half of them are gone because God, restaurants vanish as quickly as real estate agents. So the information was inaccurate. But by the same token, like if somebody is in there checking things out, shouldn't they have checked out that those restaurants are gone? I don't know. I just,
Well, here's the thing that you have to watch out for is that understand when ChatGPT was released, it was for entertainment purposes only.
if you are remotely awake, then you know that we are heading into some really tricky economic times. We have home buyers that have put the kibosh on buying because they have interest rate shock. We have sellers who have found out suddenly their houses aren't dipped in 14 karat gold. And as a realtor, you are still trying to keep up with the business you have and trying to answer questions in the meantime while also managing sky high fuel cost at the pump. Never fear, because my new video course is coming out right now and it's called How to Dominate During a Recession. Look, I've been a realtor for 22 years. I came through the last recession by the skin of my teeth. Actually, not even the skin of my teeth. My business went up every year during the Great Recession, and it's all because of education and getting in front of the curve so that I could serve as many neighbors as possible and help them weather this storm as well. So this course is 4 modules. There might even be some bonus content for you. And I have priced it so that everybody can get a hold of it and go out there and do great things for the American dream and for home ownership. The price is $199. Click on this link. If you take action, you can be the one who brings great information and great solutions, and also paired with realism and optimism into the marketplace that you serve. I am delighted to bring this out as quickly as possible because, friends, there's no time like the present to make sure our neighbors are stronger and we protect the American dream.
So if you ask it, what are you for? It'll say, hey, I'm just for entertainment purposes only.
That was the actual intent.
That is because it's the whole idea was like AI's been around forever. You've got Siri, you've got Amazon, you've got Google. It's out there. But OpenAI is like, well, let's let the general public play around with it and see how we can grow this. And then it just took off like wildfire. And of course, everyone's like, well, heck, if they're making a little money at it, let me get my little piece of the Chat GPT pie and throw something out there. And it will tell you too, Leigh. Right. It will tell you too, Leigh, that it's inaccurate. Don't trust me. I'm not the best source.
Meanwhile, we'll have agents that like cut and paste it, make it a blog post, and they didn't see it say, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Did you hear about the attorney? You talked about the realtor, but there's an attorney.
The one with the 65 case citations and they were all ball.
Right.
And then the judge has to smack him. Y'all, I'll find the link to that story and include it because it's one of the case studies for me to say, be hesitant about the Chat GPT, but also be hesitant about what attorney you hire because this guy.
Right. Now,
you paid him.
I know. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. I think that's the thing that realtors have to worry about, Leigh, is that let's say that you give off your blog posting or your podcast script to a copywriter or someone who says, I know what I'm doing. In today's day and age, they may just go right to Bard or Chat GPT and start creating content for you. Then the next thing you know, the cease and desist letters are popping up and you're like, what the hell?
Right.
You really have to watch who you work with because in this day and age, as realtors, you don't know who's using that Chat GPT tool to create content for you. So be careful.
Oh, that's so scary. Okay, so what is the number one thing you would tell an agent or a broker to do right now today regarding any of the AI products that are out there? What rules should they have in place for themselves or for their brokerage?
So let's talk about the ones that are popular and legit. So we made fun of Bard and Bing, but they're okay to use as a foundation for your creator content. So hop on the big three, ChatGPT, Bard, and Bing Chat. Those are your query. I'm going to put something in and then it's going to spit back information that I want. But I would utilize all three to get more concise information from them. Now, as far as, and we haven't even touched on AI text to graphics, and probably the best tool for that, Leigh, would be Canva.
Oh, wait a minute. Canva's got some stuff in it about AI?
It sure does. Yeah.
I only use it to make marketing materials. What you talking about?
What I'm talking about, Willis, is the fact that you can create any type of content using your voice and it'll generate images for all of that marketing stuff. It's built into Canva.
Oh, wait. So I look at the people generating images of fake women and fake men, and then they tell you that's a bot, that's an AI creation.
Right.
So I just laugh at that, but it could do it for my listings. I didn't do it.
Yeah, you could have a fake Leigh Brown, you know?
There is one out there. She's in some ad for makeup that I don't use and I can't vouch for it. I don't know how to make them stop. It's crazy. Hang on, I'll go to Chat GPT because that's the one that's on my computer. I reckon I got to download Bard later because that's a better name. And since we're talking about what real estate can do, I just want to see what it says. If I ask it, who is Burton Kelso?
That used to be in Chat GPT, Leigh, and they took it out.
It's there now. As of my last knowledge update, September 21, Burton Kelso is a technology expert, speaker, and consultant based in the U.S. He's known for his expertise in various technology-related fields, including cybersecurity, computer repair, and IT support for individuals and small businesses. Burton Kelso also appears as a guest speaker on radio and television shows where he shares valuable tips and insights on technology-related topics. I recommend verifying this information with a more recent source to get the latest details.
Yeah, I kept going on with it like earlier this year, and it was saying I won all sorts of awards and stuff, so they must have cleaned it up.
Well, that would have been more fun than this. This is just kind of a basic bio, but it's okay. At least
yeah. Have you done yourself yet, Leigh?
Oh, no, because I'm only interested in seeing who you are. Let's see, who is Leigh Brown? But see, I bet it's going to come up with that Australian rugby player who beats me out on page 1 of Google. No, let's see. It says Leigh Brown is a real estate agent, broker, and speaker based in the U.S. She is known for her engaging and energetic personality as well as her expertise in the real estate industry. Leigh Brown has been actively involved in the real estate business for many years and achieved significant success in her career. Well, ain't that nice? Look, I should have done that yesterday when I was having a low moment. I would have felt better about myself.
Yeah, you should have. Now I wonder now it's probably going to bring you down if you go into Bard and Bean Chat because they'll be like, who the hell's Leigh Brown? You know?
That Australian rugby player, I've come to accept the fact that he's popular because he was in all the fantasy leagues before he retired. So he's got name cred.
Right.
That's why I use my maiden name, frankly. People are like, why is it always Leigh Thomas Brown? I'm like, because that Australian rugby player does not have the maiden name Thomas. But anyway, all right. So if agents need to look at tools like Canva to help build marketing materials, what's step 2 for that brokerage if you're creating rules? Do you think brokerages need to have AI policies? And is that going to be important for liability and training? Are you seeing anything on that front yet?
Absolutely. I haven't seen anything develop, but yeah, obviously brokerages are going to have to sit down and talk about their AI policy and what tools agents can use and what extent you can use these AI tools. And because the problem is that some people think like even with Canva that does graphics, that it may not be copyright, but sometimes it'll use a particular art style of an artist. Like maybe you say you want a Van Gogh type of headshot, and then, maybe you've got a state of Vincent Van Gogh coming after you. I'm just throwing an example out, but those are the things that you have to watch out for. And the other thing with some of the other tools out there, like I think Remini is now the new tool that is being used for AI headshots. You have to watch out again because there's even fleeceware when it comes to those headshot tools because a lot of those AI tools are coming out of China. So you feed it a bunch of information, they get it, and then they're like, oh, yeah, we'll give you a headshot. But yeah, now we got your information now. So watch out. We're coming for you.
Everything's going to facial recognition. Holy smokes. So somebody can steal your face?
That's a good possibility. Yeah. In all aspects of it, too. So all of those AI tools that like, oh, let's analyze your face or let's see what your baby is going to look like. Those you have to look into that because you don't know who is manufacturing those tools, You
are doing nothing to make me feel less hesitant about AI and ChatGPT, Burton. Okay, so tell me the most impactful way I should be using AI right now that I shouldn't be scared of and shouldn't have my tinfoil hat on about.
Right. So again, ChatGPT, Bard, and Bing. Canva is great because it's a known company. They're not trying to steal anything from you. But there's another AI tool called Video, and I'll have to send you the link. But it will allow you to take snippets out of long form video and turn them into like social media content.
Wait, so without having to hire somebody, it will do work?
Exactly.
Now we're talking. So it'll save me money and time.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
But my content is not creating any content.
Right. And you have to think about that too. A lot of realtors will do long form videos, but they don't have time to chop it up. So that is the app to go to. Yeah, let me see if I can look this up real quick. But yeah, it's video or something like that. But it's a great tool. But I think brokerages really do need to sit down and figure out what apps that they're going to use. And if they're even going to incorporate AI, because AI is not a good fit for all real estate brokerages. If you're a single agent out there, maybe you've got your own small brokerage, why waste the time trying to incorporate AI if it's not going to work for you? I mean, you should look at it. Maybe you should attend a few seminars, watch a popular podcast that talks about it. But, you definitely want to do your homework before you just jump into the AI game.
Okay, so for somebody who's questioning if they need AI or not, and you've given them a good case use for it, so to think about it for improving your marketing or snipping up videos, so there's some positive uses.
Right.
What use case you would tell agents to use the most caution on? What should they be slowing down on before they do anything about it?
First off, the website is vidyo.ai.
Like yo to the...
Yeah, like yo. Yeah, vidyo.ai. It's free, or you can start out for free for I think at least 20 minutes worth of video, but it'll mix it up, snip it for you, and post it to your social media account. So there's that. But as far as
You got to give it access to your social media accounts.
no, you don't.
You just said will post for me, Burton. And so
I said you can use it on social media sites, not post for you.
I'm gonna get fleeced if I use it. Now that I know that term, it's gonna become part of my vocabulary. So wait, let me ask you a question. You're a super IT tech nerd, like you're extra level nerd.
Right?
Do you read the terms of service for all these websites?
Not all of them, but most of them.
I
It'd
don't,
be impossible, Leigh. Come on.
I don't think anything's impossible.
Oh my gosh, here we go. I'm going to let you go through that task. I'll give you a month and then we'll see where you're at.
I've never read a term of service. I admit it. That's why I'm the most at-risk person on the planet.
All right. But it's
real close.
right. But as far as tools, it's stick video, Canva, and then of course the whole chat series, because there's a whole host of tools out there. So make sure that you verify that they're a legitimate company. Make sure you're reading the reviews about this stuff, and then baby step in. You've got a real estate business to run. Don't just jump all in and think that you're going to rule the world and that AI is just going to take over your real estate business and let you do whatever.
Well, I love that remark about baby stepping it, because I also was thinking too about the marketing piece. If I list somebody's home, so I put a house on the market yesterday, I'm entrusted with their property and with its marketing. And so I need to think carefully about where I put all of their information, because if it is a site that could damage my community or my sellers over time because I didn't pay attention, I could be actually causing some harm. And so slowing down is really important. It's not that you don't use tools, like you said, just baby step it. That's a great phrase to steal from you today, besides.
Yes. And one other thing, Leigh, we have to talk about. All AI programs require prompts. And prompts is just a fancy way of saying, hey, ChatGPT, I need you to write me a house listing in, we'll say Kansas City, Missouri, 5-bedroom, 4-bath, pool, spa, make it happen, and make it in the voice of Howard Cosell. And I'm just throwing that out there. That's a prompt. Those are the best ways to understand how to work with both text AI and your video and digital art AI. The more information you learn and the better you understand how prompts work, you're going to get awesome content from all of your Chat GPT and AI tools. And there's a website for prompts too. You can just type in. What did you say, Leigh?
And where do you get the prompts? As you're saying, there's a good website for prompts.
There is. I mean, you can Google real estate prompts for real estate agents and AI. And there's a popular tool, I think it's called Prompt Monster or Prompt AI, that you can go into, and it will let you know what type of prompts you can put in. And understand too, AI is like a human, meaning that it's not self-aware and learning like we are, but it understands the words that you're putting in, and you've got to just act like you're talking to a person when you are doing with these AI tools. And so like GPT or ChatGPT, Bard and Bing, you could have conversations with them and just keep the conversation going. Like if you wanted to do, let's say you wanted awesome chocolate chip cookies for a open house, you could throw that in there and say, hey, I need some awesome chocolate chip cookies or dessert ideas for open house. And then you could say, well, scratch that, pump the brakes. I need some healthy options to mix in with that. And it will just keep that conversation going. So just remember that. That's why it's called AI. And I have to say this is you probably don't even know what ChatGPT stands for, do you?
No.
You ready? It's supposed to stand for chatbot, generative pre-trained transformer, which is basically a fancy way of saying, now we have a program that you can talk to like a human, and it's going to respond back like you're talking to a human.
But if it's a transformer, you're basically saying it is learning from me. And so it's how, and you're old enough to have seen What a Space Odyssey.
Don't you start with that.
Oh my gosh. Look, I love Marky Lemons, and she's forever saying that agents that don't use AI are going to get run off by the ones that don't. I'm like, bring it, baby, bring it, because I just ain't sure about this.
I agree with Marky. You've got to embrace some aspect of it.
Baby steps. That baby steps. Marky's trying to take me all into the deep end. I ain't ready. I know she's brave, but damn.
No. And the truth be told, a lot of agents just don't have the bandwidth to incorporate all of the tools out there. You got chatbots, you've got AI that can do PowerPoint presentations. Leigh, there is even an AI website called Do Not Pay where you can get free legal advice.
You forgot to do the right part. Legal advice.
Yeah, legal advice.
Well, I got a lot of assets to protect. I ain't using some AI bot to do me some legal advice. Lord of mercy, to probably give me some California advice, and that is not what happens in North Carolina. Look, I have enough trouble explaining to agents the difference between equitable distribution and community property. I can't imagine what a bot thinks about that.
All right, exactly. Or what it knows. What type of legal advice is it doing? And like you said,
see, you said it. It's learning. You keep dropping all the clues.
I know, right?
Hey, Burton, if somebody wants to reach out to you and have you come do a presentation for their association or brokerage about some of these changing topics in real estate, or they want to reach out to you in Kansas City and find out how they can get involved with what you're teaching and training out there, what's the best way for them to find you?
My website, burtonkelso.com. I've got info about me. I've got a blog, a weekly blog that I put out there. And it's got a link to my YouTube channel because I'm always sharing video tips to help realtors get more from the technology that they use. And I've got to say this. I love technology. I've read all the manuals, and I'm serious about making technology fun, safe, and easy to use for everyone.
Everyone, including kids. So make sure you do watch his old episode about safety for your kids online. And I know a lot of that information has been updated. So follow his blog, follow his YouTube channel. And Burton, as always, I'm so glad to see you and spend some time with you. And thank you for coming back on the show. And thank you for proving that I was right once more.
Oh, my gosh. Thank you, Leigh. I'm happy to oblige.
All right, guys, whatever you need to learn from Burton, if you want to vote for which one of us has the right opinion of AI, drop it into the chat. Give us a like and a thumbs up and a review, hit the bell, and most importantly, come back and see me and come back and see Burton too, because we're both here to help.
That's right.
So if you found value in this episode, please like and subscribe to this channel, turn on the bell, and catch another amazing episode by clicking above. Crazy Shit in Real Estate is also available in all of your normal podcast apps. So if that's where you like to hang out, go find me, click subscribe, and most importantly, leave me a review that says you think I'm awesome, my guests are awesome, or this content is just exactly what you were looking for. And then, by the way, if there's something you need, you want to learn about something, you can comment below anytime. You can also send me a direct message if you need to remain anonymous. No judgment. But anyway, I'll only judge if you forget to subscribe and click. I'll see you next time.